H-Town, what's up? You know what time it is. It's time for the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks and sometimes Chris Walker, coming to you live from Houston, Texas, but we broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And today is, what's today? It's Thursday. It's Baby Friday. Gosh. The week has passed by. Y'all didn't even call my house this morning. I just got showered. But hey, I'm ready to roll. I just don't know where I want to start today. Like I keep telling y'all, I have this dilemma every day. Should I start out with something that's trending? I go to the trending topics, and we're going to talk about that, some trending topics later. But do I talk about certain things that they're not trending and we need to share with each other and talk about? Because this is a unique show, man, that it dives into the world's the messiest section, like at a stoplight. And we talk about sports, amateur sports, race, the law, politics. We talk about everything on this show. And we sit it down and talk about it and be about it and debate about it. And then we get up and dust ourselves off. And guess what? We go out and try to say, look what we've learned. That's what I always try to get people. We got to get to where when we come here, y'all don't got to come here and agree all the time. But you got to, just come. I learned from y'all. Y'all don't understand. I learned from y'all. I don't, that's my opinion. That's y'all favorite word. It's my opinion. Boy, but I got a story about you and your opinion. But let me shout out to my starting five. We got the Panther Network on YouTube. Thumbs up. I know he got a thumbs up. Rod Wells, I know it's a thumbs up over there from you. Who is it? Michael Smith, thumbs up. Jeremy Davis got to have a thumbs up. I ain't got but 2 thumbs up. I got Jeremy Davis. I got Jonathan Griffin over there. I got D. Holcomb. I got Sterling Creeks. I got all of these guys over there. I think Corey. And no, I got 2 thumbs ups on YouTube. I got my nephew, the comedian Derek Lane. Y'all got to come. Y'all got to come and hit it. Brother, I sold out what I had a week ago. I don't know. Businessman, what are those in Nita Baker? Okay. Nita Baker in town, huh? Y'all can go see it. She gonna be late on y'all. She'll be 12 o'clock coming in there on y'all. Who she got opening for now? Because Babyface, he said he couldn't do it no more. But let me see. I'm just looking at. I'm just see what people have said. Uh, no, you ain't. Oh, okay. Well, let's go to my YouTube then. I mean, let's go to Facebook. I'm sorry, Herb. We got Thaddeus Moody, Monte Cora, Herb Baker, and who else? I think Daryl Anderson over there. Yeah, yeah. Uh, yeah. I see. I'm just looking. Uh, my bad. No, you good. You know what? My people tell me I got to remind y'all. So I guess it's my fault. I should remind y'all. What's up there, Donna? But y'all, I got to start this on a little somber note because I can't help it because I love how to love the kids. You know, anybody know me, they know I love the kids. 11 years ago, this morning, 11 years ago, 20 sets of parents kissed their first grade students goodbye as they dropped them off at school, right? It was the last time they would ever see their children alive. I beg you, commit yourself on a course of creating a nation where this never happen again. Never happen again. And I'm serious about it. Just want to leave that there. I ain't gonna talk about it too much. I just want you to put that on your consciousness. Call your congressman. Even them ones who holding it back, who's funded by the gun lobbyists and the NRA. Something got to be done. But you know what? Another thing I want to think about, because I'm always thinking about the kids. I keep telling y'all, high school seniors, student athletes, because this show we talk about sports a lot. You student athletes. I need all of y'all to make sure student athletes get this. That's why I tell you to share the show. I know they're at school right now, but share it to them. Later on, spice it out and send it to them. Because I need these kids to get some of this. Because I think y'all holding some of this stuff back from these kids that I've been giving y'all. And I'm not trying to make nobody else look different. I need the kids to have the information. Wait a minute. Hey, y'all know. When I had to stop it, that person that was important. It ain't you know that when I stop and text and stop talking to y'all, that was a bad motor scooter on that text right there. So, but high school seniors, I got a message for you today. You have over a little over 60 days left in school. The seniors, I want you to cherish. Somebody sent this to me. I want you to cherish the bus rides, the bonds you made, the locker room, the teachers, etc., the custodians, everybody, because any level after this, listen to me, young people, any level after this is a dog eat dog environment. I'm going to repeat that one more time. Sterling Creeks, Jonathan Griffin, I want you to give this to the young senior student athletes. You got about 60 days left, over 60 days left. Got to hear me. Cherish the bus rides, the bonds that you're making. You ain't trying to go fight the coach and get your buddies to beat the coach up. Cherish the bus ride. If you had been on the bus with your teammates, young man up there in Willis, just maybe, you wouldn't have had that feeling about your coach when you rode home with your family members. Cherish these bus rides. Cherish the locker room. Young man, you're going to miss the locker room. teachers. Now you got off campus probably somewhere. Because any level after this is a dog eat dog environment. Can you imagine? A parent waiting in the parking lot to fight Johnny Jones? A parent, of kids, a player and his brother waiting in the lot to fight Kevin Sampson? John Calipari? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine? For real, can you imagine? We got to pay attention, y'all. Our young kids, their minds are so clouded. They can get mad at a coach. And their moms feeding into it that you want to go to the school. I don't think I'll ever forget that. I don't think I'll ever forget that. Serious. I don't think I'll ever forget that. Y'all, that hit me. Y'all got to realize, what y'all don't understand. I had a son going through all of this stuff. I'm not sitting up here talking to y'all. Hey, I had a son that was in that place. I had a son that played in a rival game one night. Y'all hear me on this one. Y'all hear me? But I don't think y'all be hearing me. Playing against a rival team. They hate each other. You know how they have a free throw on one end. I guess they had a free throw. You know how my son went over to talk to his coach. But the other person on the other damn team came down there right where my son was listening to where the coach was talking. West Side coach didn't say anything. So I know, I didn't see it. I saw the aftermath. But my son, when they had free throw, his man went over to talk to his coach. He went over there too. But this coach on this other freaking team had the nerve. I didn't see it. Thank God he didn't let me see it. But he gets in the middle of them, but pushed my son back. My son pushed him back. Now, what if my son had a hauled off and bust him in his damn head? Then it would have said, y'all wouldn't have said nothing about the coach pushing him with y'all riding ass. Y'all would have talked about the student, what he did to the coach. But the grown ass man, but my son had too much. So after it happened, I didn't see it. I was over there talking. That's why I tell people don't be talking to me while my son playing. So my son kept looking over there at me saying, did you see what happened? And I didn't know what the hell. I said, nigga, just play ball. He said, did you see what happened? And I didn't know. So after the game, when he came and told me, it was like I wasn't there to protect him. That's why I don't like nobody. Everybody used to tell me, Robert like to sit by himself. After that game, don't nobody come and talk to me when my son's playing. That's why you dads, if you notice, I don't come around y'all. I know y'all at war. But the coach came and got between them. But pushed Robert back. And Robert pushed him. But what if he'd have hit him? You think Cornell would have allowed him to go? You think Harvard would have? You think all of his stuff could have went down the drain by an ignorant ass coach trying to get a win because he's getting his ass whooped, getting a win. Y'all following me? So when I'm up here talking, I'm telling you from experience. I know how ignorant these coaches can be. But like I told my son, you pushing him, you risk it all. You know I waited in that parking lot now, but I just wanted to talk to him. But shit, he called me first and said, man, I was wrong and I apologize. Let me tell you something. My son has never forgiven that man. I have. But all he was saying, Dad, you weren't watching the game. Did you see what happened? Kirk Dorsey, this is the truth. And thank God I didn't see it. Yeah, thank you. Dude, you risking my son's future about a basketball game. So when I talk about this stuff, I know what the hell I'm talking about. Ain't none of these guys that been through the experience that I've been through in high school basketball and doing this. It's going to be hard to find somebody who done. Live this stuff. Live. Never forget. Somebody, kids left a team one time, a franchise. A couple of players left and went somewhere else. One mama going to tell me, why don't you move me, my son, and my daughter in with you? What? I'm serious. I said, no. I don't want nobody staying with me. She took her son off my team and told Jimmy, if you ever catch me playing on that team again, I want you to put your feet in my ass. Jimmy came to me and said, Rob, if you can have one of these ungrateful ass kids and families on your team for 1 year, consider yourself lucky. That changed my whole attitude about summer basketball. Because all you parents, y'all got different agendas. And guess what? You're supposed to. I ain't mad. But I wasn't going to let a big old ass stay. Excuse me, I wasn't going to let her stay in my house. Excuse me, Lord. But y'all tell me. So when I'm up here, I know what y'all going through. If y'all went through half the stuff, listen, I mean, it's just so many things that happened. That's why those little boys up in Willis just broke my heart. I know they feeling rage. Ain't no telling what didn't happen. Ain't no telling the relationship he got with the coach. Ain't no how the coach should embarrass him. I know. But young fella, it's a better way to do it. Email on his ass. Don't fight him. If he doing something wrong to you, do like these other people do. Them emails work, mamas. Now, don't be doing no ignorant ass email. Talking about if your son can't play and his little ass sitting on that bench, don't you be emailing about that damn coach. Let me get, because some of y'all, I felt that spirit. I got to stop that right now. But I'm sitting here thinking about it. I didn't mean to go that far. I didn't mean to really go that far. But guess what? If I had a camera and planted it in Mike Dunleavy, that's the general manager of the Golden State Warriors, in his bedroom last night, I know he was twisted and turning all night. If I had put a camera in Steve Kerr's bedroom last night. He was tossing and turning in bed last night. And if I put a camera in Bob Myers' room, he was sound asleep, snoring, having fun. Because Bob Myers, well, just think about how smart was his instincts to leave. I just talked about instincts yesterday on the show. Go back and get the show from yesterday. Bob Myers turned down, he was going to be one of the highest paid GMs in history. He turned it down. He turned it down, y'all. How smart was his instincts to leave? I don't have to deal with Clay's contract because Clay acting like a little girl about his contract. I don't have to deal with this Draymond Green. Draymond Green ran that man away. Draymond Green ran Kevin Durant away. Kevin Durant said, man, the dude need to get his... Listen to me. I'm not finna come on here and call him all kind of whatever, y'all, all them kind of names everybody been calling him. Something has, cause I've been around him. He is one of the most delightful, intelligent, fun to be around, funny guys you ever want to meet in your damn life. But he gets on a basketball court and go freaking crazy. Have y'all watch how some of our young kids be cool off the court? They get on the court and go crazy. Y'all hear me? Y'all listening? Y'all can talk about him. It don't help me to talk about nobody. Y'all can call him all the names you want to. Hey, I sleep better when I don't talk about nobody. It just liberates me. See, I ain't got to walk in rooms with everybody been talked about everybody in a room. I can walk in a room and I can speak to you because I ain't had nothing to say about you because you really ain't worth me talking about. But I'm just thinking about this Draymond Green kid, man. And it troubles me. Well, Mindy. Oh, that's my girl. I was waiting on Mindy. Because Mindy, I love that. I told you I didn't want to think about it, but I did this for you today, Mindy. I found out something just for you. This for Mindy Collins only. Everybody else can close their ears. Mindy. Every game that Draymond Green misses, Mindy, is $154,000 per game if it's less than 20 games. Follow me, Mindy. If he ends up being suspended more than 20 games, it's actually $203,000 per game. And I was asking about the metrics because they said it's 1/45th of your salary, of his salary, right? But if it's over 20 games, it's based on 1/110th of his check. You got me? Y'all follow me? But apparently, y'all, I don't know because I haven't listened to nothing yet today. You know, Jimmy come on and add what he heard today, but apparently every game that Draymond Green is suspended, follow me on this minute, it saved the team $519,000 toward the tax for every game he is suspended for tax purposes, for the luxury tax. Golden State saves $500,000 every time this guy don't play. The inner workings of the NBA is crazy, Mindy. When Joe Lacob sees that he is saving his money, he said, that's not bad. Because what? They got a $400 million payroll, and about 6 or 7 million, it's 300 more million over the tax. Shit, if I was Joe Lacob, he'd need counseling for the rest of the season for me. See, Naisha, you're going to be the smartest lady in the barbershop. Because see, your tax hit is different from your actual salary. So I just want to share, y'all, let me tell y'all something. It's unbelievable. And he always got something to say like, I'm going to be me. I'm going to be me. Let me tell you something. Somebody said this morning. No, man, you don't get to be you. You don't own the workplace, Draymond Green. There are other people that are your peers in the workplace. What's the man's name? So eloquently put it, the old guy, Mike Wilburn said. And your other people in the workplace shouldn't have to be fear of getting knocked in the face, getting hit in the face and kicked in the crotch and smacked and choked in public view at work. Draymond Green talking about, I'm going to be me. You are not, Draymond Green, entitled to this workspace. They in this workspace just like you are. But the unique thing about it, the union represents more than just Draymond Green. It represents the rest of the players too. Y'all, the crazy thing to me, and I got to share this with y'all again, when you sit down and talk to this dude, man, this dude got a sense of humor. This dude got presence. He know the game. This the dude that can recite every player that got drafted in front of him. He got drafted in the second round. He can recite verbatim what team every player that went before. He loves the game. He's a student of the game. Let me help you out. He's a 4-time champion. He's going straight to the Hall of Fame, no matter how you talk about it. But it's disappointing to me. It's just disappointing me. Y'all, let me give y'all some numbers. Mindy, this for you. You're the smartest girl at the nail shop. This season, Mindy, after he done whooped up that boy's ass last season and messed off last season and whooped him, this season, he played 9 games. Now, he was hurt a couple of games, but he played 9 games. Suspended 5 games, played 6 more games. Now he's suspended indefinitely. My thing is, what is truly the root of this? See, I'm the kind of dude, y'all talk about people and won't talk. I like to find out what the mental health of Draymond Green. Jim, I've talked to him. If you ain't talked to him, you ain't gonna understand what I'm talking about. All you see is that ignorant ass shit he doing on TV. You ain't gonna understand. I've been and talked. This guy is just freaking sharp as a whistle. But he go out on this floor. I just don't understand it. Jimmy, it baffles me. It really, really baffles me. A young man, and I'm gonna tell you, and this blasphemy to me because y'all know who my favorite basketball player, Stephen Curry, was my favorite basketball player. Steph, I can't believe you done allowed this to happen. I really can't. I can't. I know you can't control it, but you got the power. You know all of this stuff been happening. That's my plea to Stephon Curry, man. You got to step up. Because this dude here, man, he just off the chain. What you got, Jimmy? What's up, man? It ain't got nothing to do with no guaranteed salary. Reginald Masak said guaranteed salary. Ain't got nothing to do with it. Everybody got guaranteed salaries. Reginald Masak. Guaranteed salaries ain't got nothing to do with it. Something wrong with this kid, man. And they better figure it out. What you got, Jimmy?
Draymond Green, man, hey, Joe Dumars came on earlier and spoke publicly about for about maybe a whole segment, most of us a whole segment about the NBA and their reasoning and how they derived the decision and what's on the horizon moving forward. What does indefinite mean? Or what does it likely mean? You know, does it mean sooner or later? One thing that I watched the conversation with Joe Dumars, and you know me, and you got if you watching, paying attention, and you hear you hear certain key things that a person says, and one of the things that like was not necessarily a red flag, but a flag was when he said that, and I quote him, he said basically, and I paraphrase, you need to get the type of help pertaining to the suspension. How long until he get the type of help that he needs? And so that was like a flag to me. All right, get the type of help that he needs.
They said the same about John Morant, but keep going. Them exact words they said, but keep going.
So, and he says that they didn't want to restrict this suspension by a number or amount of games. Once again, didn't want to restrict this suspension by amount of games. I'm froze up a little bit right there.
But we can hear you good.
I don't know if you guys.
Yeah, we can hear you good. Keep talking.
Okay, now I'm back.
I'm
and he did. I'm talking about Joe Dumars. He did speak. He did note that he spoke with Steve Kerr. He spoke with Dunleavy Jr. And he spoke with, more importantly, and they both were supportive. And part of the reason is, the financial and economic parameters of it from the Golden State Warriors. They were supportive of it. Draymond is not the same in the locker room as he was before, or he's not received in the same manner that he was in yesteryear.
Before he hit the boy, after hitting the kid, right?
Yeah. Okay. That divided the locker room.
Absolutely.
And most people, in locker rooms, you have economics plays a great part of the division. Sometimes, big money going over here, little guys that just on their first contracts, they'll go eat together at certain places, and guys that that on their second, third contracts, they normally go on a different part of the room. So when they also spoke with Andre Iguodala, who's the acting head of the National Basketball Players Association. So he was the former teammate he knows this young fella very well. He knows, when I say young fella, he knows Draymond Green very well. And so now Andre Iguodala, they got to support their players. That's their job. They don't work for the NBA. They work for the players, the union. So basically, bottom line, Andre Iguodala is the boss of the union right now. So this thing is really intriguing because the different parameters. First of all, it's Golden State. Steph Curry was in this program, Klay Thompson, and these guys, and Draymond Green formed that big three. You know, they won championship in 2015, 2017, 2018, then 2022. And but it seems now they're losing now. I'm just looking at the timing of it. They're losing now. Six, as I mentioned yesterday, 6 of their last 10 games.
But Jimmy, half of the games he's not there. When he's there, they win. Half of the game because he's not there.
Well, I'm saying, but the losses, the frustration is still there. A busted lip is a busted lip, whether you there on the side of me or not.
But I'm saying he's not playing. He's always suspended. Did I just give you how many games he's been suspended this year? You're gonna lose. He's a $100 million player. He needs to be playing for them to win.
The atmosphere ain't the same, and that's the whole thing. It's not being good. It's not good for TV. It's not good for the brand, for the NBA.
Oh, it's terrible for the brand.
So he's an easy target to
a target. He did it.
Well, I'm talking about for their suspension, what they're doing now, the indefinite. I haven't heard that one in a while. You know,
Jimmy,
that's
Jimmy, guess what? When they was about, you almost heard it. They were about to give it to Ja Morant. Because of what? I just told you, man, don't do this. You just did this shit the other day. And here you go again. We here again. So what I'm doing now is indefinite. They just don't want to put a number on it. It can't be indefinite because the Players Association. They just don't get caught up in that. Don't get caught up in that. I mean, you can get caught up, but I'm not going to get caught up because I've been doing this shit too long. I'm just telling you.
Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The thing is now, I listen to most of everything that Joe said. And when Joe says, he says another thing. Take your time. He was just talking out we want him to take his time to get better. So that's another thing. Take your time. That means they're not in a hurry to put him back in uniform by you saying take your time.
Jimmy, guess why they're not? Guess why? Because they just talked to him the other day about the other suspension.
Well, and they're meeting with him today.
Jim, they just talked to him from the last suspension. Jimmy, he just got back from a suspension. They talked to him and said, man, you can't do this no. They had the same talks. Now they saying, dude, that don't work. Evidently, that talk didn't work. You need more time. Them 5 games wasn't enough for you, bruh. We don't know how many games it. We know it wasn't 5. So we just said, we're going to suspend you indefinitely. Until you get whatever you got going. You wasn't doing that in the rookie year, in your second year. You wasn't doing that. You started that stuff after your ass won. Some people can't understand success, man. I've been around these guys when they were poor, and now they're million and zillionaires. Their ass is different than when I saw them staying in them shotgun ass houses. So what we dealing with right now, I don't know. Think about it. Nobody said nothing about this. He with Clutch Sports. LeBron can't talk to him. What is that? Rich Paul and them, they can't talk to him?
Well, they got the meeting with Rich Paul today.
Jimmy, one meeting is not going to stop what he got.
That means before you have that meeting, there's a meeting before the meeting. So that means he done met with Rich Paul probably last night.
But what can Rich Paul tell him? What Rich Paul going to say? Shit. Well, Rich Paul employs Rich Paul. Rich Paul don't employ him. He the boss.
It depends on their pre-existing relationship. It just depends on their pre-existing relationship, which I think there's a fondness.
We ain't talking about you, Ray Foster. He talking about I never changed. We ain't talking about you, Rafer. You right. You never changed. But Rafer, I've seen Rafer. You know what I've seen. But keep going. But Jimmy.
I'm saying,
keep going. Come on.
There's a fondness, an obvious fondness from Draymond Green for Rich Paul when he switched his agents and got up under there, and you can just tell the
He's got a
interaction.
fondness for LeBron James, Jimmy. I'm gonna skip through all of that. He got a fondness for LeBron James. He's a bronsexual too. That's why he signed. He wanted to be around LeBron James. I'm just telling you. But you keep on going.
That doesn't distinguish that there's a not a fondness for Rich Paul, the guy that's named that's listed as your representative in the NBA as your agent on record.
A lot of people don't like their agents, Jimmy.
I said a lot of people don't, but we talking about with this young man.
How you know they got a fondness?
It's an obvious fondness. You can just tell the interactions from when he was on the show with them on early, that was last year or so when he first went up. You can just tell. You can just tell there's a fondness until it ain't one no more. Now it don't take but one bad conversation to make a person not be fond of a person anymore. But there's a fondness, and there's a degree of respect. So now at the same time, everybody's saying Draymond Green is very understanding of the space that he's in right now. He's understanding that. He understand what the business of it. So now, what do you do now? My thing is, how do you know?
So Jimmy, he just served a 5-game suspension. So he didn't understand it then, but he understands it now.
Well, that's like anybody. A lot of people don't think that they can be touched until they're touched. And so
he just got touched, Jimmy.
Okay, but that was a grabbing the man around the throat, around the neck. That was obvious. You grabbed it. That's the whole thing. Back-to-back international players with countries from which the NBA is trying to expand their footprint into those countries. That's an undercurrent that people will not even talk much about. But you have to think about this. The NBA is going to play games in Brazil next year. This season coming up.
A third world country, and
well, I'm just saying that's South America. They're trying to put their footprint. They've already been in China. They've already been over in Europe. They're going all over the world with it. So this is 2 back-to-back international players that Draymond Green has aggravated.
I don't believe that got nothing to do with it. I just don't. I just don't believe.
Right. In those countries, there are fans that watch those games via cable at night or on their favorite international player. That what they said? They say for the guys, they know some guys by name, but the rest of them, the ones that are not household names, they'll call them the Americans. They'll call them that American. They're the ones they know by name. They'll know Steph Curry. They ain't know Draymond. But the rest of those guys, that American. So they have a certain that means we're bundled. The rest of those guys, the have-nots, they're bundled in many cases together when you're talking. So, and guess what? I get it. But my back of Draymond in this situation, how do you know? That's my magic question. How do you know when he had that counseling,
met the criteria, and that ain't our job to understand. We're not counselors. It ain't our job.
They kept saying, because they specified. When I say they, mean Joe Dumars specified there are no boxes to check. Now that's another thing. I said, whoa, wait a minute. So there are no boxes to check. So if that's the case, then how do you know when he's well?
And always remember, because I ain't ready yet, I'm going to go look at Joe Dumars. Joe Dumars saying exactly what he wants your ass to say here and you to talk about. Joe Dumars is not giving you the whole thing. Don't you ever think in your life, Joe Dumars, ladies and gentlemen, y'all can go listen to that damn interview all you want to, and I'm going to go listen to it. He's not telling you everything. He can't. Now, continue. I'm just letting you know. He can't tell you everything. Like you ain't going to tell us everything about what you done did. And nobody, honestly, ain't going to tell me about everything he done did. Nobody is going to tell you everything. It ain't your damn business.
So in regards to this, if you take the 80% rule and say, well, let's say if 80% of what he's saying, whatever he's saying it publicly. So he's being quoted, him mean Joe Dumars, on their stance. So those are quotes. Now that's the thing. That don't
People
mean
go
that
back
what
on their
he's saying.
words all the time, Jimmy.
But no, that don't mean him not saying everything doesn't mean that he's lying. That means I'm giving you the car, but not the key.
I just say he's not telling you everything.
So that means what you say, go back on their word. We're not talking about go back on his word. Mean you saying that you insinuating that he gave a word
You
and
just
he
said
goes back
everything
on
he
it.
said is public knowledge, so he can held to it. Guess what he gonna say? As the facts change, the truth change. I know how they do, Jimmy. Jimmy, I've been around these folks a long time, but keep on going. Keep it going. That's all right. Go on. Come on.
And once again, the 80% rule. Let's say if 20% he haven't told us, we have to judge what we heard on the 80% that might be true.
So what are you judging from the 80% you got? What are you judging? Tell us what you judging. What you think? What is
they
this?
acknowledge?
Your 80%.
They definitely acknowledge that he has a problem that they know about, and they did not put the hammer down hard enough for him to go and get it before. So now what we're going to do, we're going to give you, that's saying like certain people get jail sentences, and you might have heard them some days that say you got 1 year and a day, or you got 10 years and a day. That and a day could be the first time you're eligible for parole consideration, or it could be the rest of your life, depending on your on what you're doing before then. Now the thing is, when a person comes back and say there are no boxes to check, then that's kind of hard. We know that's a red flag. The other stuff are just flags. That's a red flag. Because first of all, you know he's going to have to go to some type of counseling and therapy. That means that the power of that person's ink pen holds the near future of Draymond Green returning. The power of that therapist's pen. Because they're going to say, after every so often, I recommend this. I recommend this. I recommend this. He's done this. The patient appears to be this. Patient appears to be that. The power of that ink pen, it determines when it's okay to go to the next two. But my thing is, still, that's the magic question, guys. I ask it again. And it's not necessarily to you, it's just to the world. How do you truly know when he's revitalized?
Well, it ain't up to me.
And you
He
know,
ain't hit me.
one thing, no matter how much counseling Draymond Green does, no matter how many days he sit out, no matter how many times he goes to church or Bible study next Wednesday or
You
choir
won't be
rehearsal
able to
next
find
Wednesday.
out until you play again.
No, not until he play again, until he's in a situation of similar fashion. That's when you'll be able to find out
When he
if
play
he's
again,
on the
but you
road
got
to
to
healing.
play again to be in that similar fashion.
Well, playing again don't put him in that situation, because he could just be lollygagging around. When a guy, because you know what happens now? You know what happens now? Hatter, if I'm playing against Draymond Green, I'm sicking the dogs on him. We're gonna try him first game back. Let's get him. Let's hurry up and go right after him. I take a foul. My backup guy can take a hard foul on him, and let's see what he's gonna do. So he's going to be tested. You can rest assured that a lot of these young guys, and I think somebody mentioned something earlier. I think it might have been Kendrick Perkins, and that a lot of people forgot about and kind of dust on it. Remember, Draymond had another situation with a player that he did not get suspended for, which several of them. I'm talking about recently, and that was with the young fella, Spider from the Cavaliers. What's his name? Spider.
Donovan Williams.
Donovan Mitchell. And and KP says that Donovan Mitchell, we've been there, we've seen Donovan Mitchell off the court interactions. Those guys, that was about 3 years ago, 4 years, right before the COVID. Those guys love him based on what I've seen. And that generation, I mean, that his peers. Draymond's a different age bracket. So when he went and Spider was one of those guys, or was one of those guys when he was with Utah, that was designated or earmarked to be up next. They had about 4 or 5 young guys that was up next. He's gonna be the next guy. It's gonna be Trey Young. It's gonna be this young Spider. It's gonna be a couple other guys. Well, Ja Morant. So when he roughed up him, now a lot of those young people don't really have respect for Draymond as it was earned in the past years. We'll see how this thing go. All up to Draymond, because, and I didn't realize that the podcast that he does have, the Draymond, remember, no, he hadn't been doing that podcast lately. And even when you're doing this stuff, even when we're on here, one thing you have to realize, just like some of you guys listening to the Chop Shop, watching the Chop Shop, can be a form of therapy. It's a form of therapy being on this other side of the microphone, talking about certain things, relaying certain things. It's therapeutic for on this side of the mic. So with Draymond, I didn't realize that Colin Cowherd owns the company.
Yeah, volume.
He signs the check.
Yeah.
For Draymond Green.
It's called volume.
Draymond Green called the volume.
Yeah.
The volume. Mm-hmm. And they are in negotiations for Draymond to get a new contract. That's why Draymond has not done a podcast in a minute, because they are in negotiations. Now, Colin Cowherd came and acknowledged earlier this morning that the decision has been made. They are going to sign Draymond to a new deal. So this ain't stopping. Actually, it's going to help the ratings. So the price going up.
They don't care.
Yeah.
I want to ignorant. Jimmy, minstrelsy sells. Look up minstrel, y'all. The minstrel shows them long. We want y'all. Yes, we want this on my network. Colin Cowherd. He want that. Yes. That ain't no feather in his cap.
Well, in all fairness, he already had him. They're just renewing him.
But I'm just saying, it's no feather in nobody's cap. They want you to act. They want every team. Norman Lear made a living off of putting shows on TV that made black people look any kind of way. So guess what? I understand that. Come on. That's how they see us anyway. That's the social. The social structure. But keep going.
And so that's pretty much
TNT. Like say, my problem is Steve Kerr hasn't said a freaking word. Enabler. Joe Lacob, Peter Gruber ain't said a word. Enabler. Stephen Curry ain't said a word yet. And maybe they're gonna say something soon. That's who I got the problem. His employee, the people who really write the big check. That little old check that Colin Cowherd, ain't nobody worry about that check. That the $100 million check. Them guys just signed him to. And Bob Myers said, man, I'm not in this. I'm not in this. I'm leaving. Think about it. Bob Myers, they was about to make him the highest paid executive GM in history. And he said, I can't deal with it. I can't deal with that dude.
Well, another thing that came from, because Colin Cowherd has a different type of relationship with Draymond, because you're doing business ass. So he knows him a little bit more than he knew him before he engaged in business actions with him. And what year did Bob Myers get laid down?
This year. That's why Mike Dunleavy is now.
And so he said that he acknowledged and he said, let me tell you something. He said and I'm paraphrasing from Colin Cowherd this morning. He says, pretty much every player out there has a rabbi, a person, that a guru, a person that they respect, that they dip into for their knowledge in that business. Everybody has that one guy they go to and lean on. They say Bob Myers was that guy for Draymond within that organization. It wasn't Steph Curry. It was Bob Myers.
And
So
he
when
was so bad, Bob Myers quit. That's what I'm
Bob
trying to
Myers,
tell you. Bro, he held him in check.
And Bob Myers, that's Bob Myers. If you are good or think or feel that you're in good relations with the GM, and you feel that's another layer of protection. So you feel I can do what I can do. He got me. I know everything gonna move before it moves. That was one of the things when remember this old story in the old room about how they got KD and Draymond went and made the phone call after the game. You can see and connect those dots. So now that GM is gone. That level of protection is not the same. It's gone. So now Draymond, you thinking that you can do, you get to, they show you and prove you ain't gonna be able to do the same thing, especially when your production ain't the same. Your attitude ain't the same. And
that man's sleeping good right now. Bob Myers is. He's sleeping good.
He is. Now the thing is, it ain't about Bob Myers, it's about Draymond. So we're gonna see how this thing go, and it's a time will tell. And the thing is,
dude, he's just one damn player, man.
They got
he's
to win.
He's an employee, man. And I'm getting sick of people talking about it's about Draymond. It ain't about Draymond. They showed him. They showed him wasn't about his ass. Because they done suspended him indefinitely. They taking away what you love away from you because of your ignorant ass can't just be. It ain't about Draymond. It ain't about Draymond.
Here's the thing. Do you think he really truly is still in love with basketball?
Jimmy, every time you put on that damn uniform and make that
I say in love.
Anytime you putting on that uniform and making that damn kind of money, you're in love with it. Because he could have, Jimmy, he didn't have to take that $100 million. They played hardball with him on that $100 million.
Yeah, but at the same time, they could have let him
go. He did not have to. He could have went somewhere else. He could have went over there where his boss at. He could have went where his boss at, LeBron James.
No, didn't they had the right to match whatever somebody offered, right?
Jimmy,
so they had first deal.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, I don't know what happened, but that dude showed his man. I hope he get help because Kevin Durant really said it. But y'all want to talk about sorry ass Colin Cowherd here? Don't give a fat rest ass about them. Them folks don't care nothing about no damn Draymond Green. Kevin Durant told y'all. He said, man, I just hope he can get. Kevin Durant know he messed up. I just hope he can get some help. This the dude who ran me away. I know how crazy his ass is. I left a 2-time championship team because I couldn't deal with that damn fool no more. He needs some help, and people are enabling him. That's why I mentioned Herb Baker. Those are the enablers. Because guess what? Joe Lacob got the power to do whatever. He got the power to say, no, we ain't going to give you this money. We got the power. See, the dude, I keep telling y'all keep forgetting. Y'all keep listening to these. Let me tell you about the golden rule. He who has the gold rules. Peter Grubber and Joe Lacob got the gold. All they had to do was say, hey, whoa. But they groupies too. They billionaire groupies. And they just Draymond, long as he help them win. But I'm going to tell y'all something. Y'all better watch this one. All dynasties, they say, always end bad. The Last Dance. All dynasties, at some point end bad. Maybe it's just that time.
I'm not convinced in Draymond Green's actions. If you're paying attention, or if you just start paying attention, if you can look at a person's, you can see joy in the face of different people. If you're paying attention, you can see joy at moments. I'm not sure, and I'm not even talking about even in a win. I'm not just going to count losses. I'm not sure. Time will surely tell In the short term, if Draymond Green is truly in love with the money or in love with basketball, two different things. Two different. I think. See, because man, I said before, once you get the money, then it becomes about different other stuff, and that's the whole thing. You gonna time gonna tell. You be able to tell.
Dude, them
Simple.
dudes out there busting their ass out to win a in-season tournament for the money. And all of them got money. Money is a hell of a motivator. He wouldn't be playing for free.
Al, you remember what the narrative was in this thing? And a lot of the guys on these teams that were veterans, even LeBron, from LeBron to the Greek. Greek Freak didn't even actually know they was giving out money. According to him, they put the hot mic in front of him. He didn't even realize. He didn't even know they was giving out money, or they were playing for money. Put it like that. But a lot of these guys, the narrative was the same, and the collective narrative was from various veterans on these teams was we have. In a nutshell, we have young guys on our team that's in their first contracts, and this money here, we gonna do this stuff because I think it's a good idea, but we want to do this stuff and get this bread. Don't get it twisted now, but it means more to them. So it's the team element. That was the narrative they were selling. But we're gonna buy into the team element. We're gonna do it for the greater good. But to help our brethren out on these teams. That was the selling point that you heard every other day from different guys on different teams. Whether you paid attention to it or not, that's a whole different element. But they damn sure said it, and they spewed it out.
I know what they said, but I know what they think. I don't care nothing about what they said. They wanted that check. I bet you that check wasn't in that envelope, those dudes who got a whole lot of money saying, "Where my damn check?" I'm just telling you. I'm telling you what I know. I ain't telling you what I heard them say on which call. Dudes wanted that check, man.
When LeBron James hoisted that trophy in Las Vegas last week, he grabbed the mic and he jokingly quoted some of his teammates. He said, "Man, my teammates asked me, they want to know, when do we gonna get paid?" I said, "I don't know." He said, "But later on," he said, "But I do know." So
he knew all the time.
LeBron didn't ask them when I'm gonna get paid. They asked LeBron when we gonna get paid, because that money meant more. Money has different variations, different people. It's different at different parts. It can motivate you to get up out your bed at 3 a.m. And some people say, "I'll wait till 7 a.m. before I get up and chase this money." Different people have different mechanisms of hustle, of a different chip of hustle inside of them. Yeah? And different people will go and get it at different times. It doesn't.
I'm gonna leave it alone, man. We talking about two separate things. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm gonna let you just keep talking.
I'm done. The element is inside of a person. It don't mean
no. I'm done with it.
It don't. It don't. And that's the thing that a lot of people don't. If everybody a hustler can't really understand sometimes why other guys don't have the same hustle. Some guys some guys at some point they don't care as much, or they're satisfied. They ain't hungry no more, or as hungry as they were yesterday. And that could be the case. What we're looking at right now. And then when you get that,
so Draymond ain't hungry. So that's why he did that stupid ass stuff. So because he ain't hungry no more. He don't like the game. He don't like the game no more. That's what you saying.
No. I say he ain't as hungry.
Well, he ain't as hungry no more. That's why he'll do that. That's why he's going and doing all this crazy stuff. Because he's not as hungry.
That contributes to the reasoning. That contributes to the reasoning. Why do some people cheat? That don't mean they ain't happy at home. That might mean they ain't as happy at home. That's an element of it. That's a definite element. Why do some people Christmas time come? Why some people ain't buying the big gifts they bought last year? That don't mean they don't have money no more. They just might not have the same as much spirit that they had of buying that they had the year before. It's different elements, different elements. But now we're coming up, and of course we are right at the top of the hour, 6 minutes past, and you guys need to share the show. If you haven't done so already, share the show to your pages, to your groups, the Chop Shop. And we are, as promised, of course, this weekend was Baby Friday. And man, a lot of stuff going on, of course, around town, but on the high school ranks, you guys in the state of Texas, this is the Super Bowl of high school football, and which means the state championships for the public school ranks. Ironically, there are two teams from the same district that will be playing against two other teams from another same district, and they're both in the top classification of all of the levels in the UIL, and that's 6A. They have 6 different levels. Used to be 5. They went up to 6 a few years back. And those two schools, from not only are they two from the same district, 2 of them are from DFW. That's DeSoto High School, Duncanville High School. They'll be going up against 2 schools from Greater Houston, and that's Summer Creek High School and North Shore High School. North Shore will take on Duncanville at 3 p.m. on Saturday. And at 7 p.m., Summer Creek will take on DeSoto. All eyes are on these 2 games. Let's not get it twisted at all. DeSoto, and another storyline, 2 of these teams are undefeated, and 2 of these teams have 1 loss. Summer Creek, their only loss was to North Shore. DeSoto's only loss was to DeSoto. I mean, Duncanville's only loss was to DeSoto. So Summer Creek plays DeSoto. Duncanville plays North Shore. DeSoto is the heavy favorite. Not a heavy favorite, but they are the favorite. They are the favorite over Summer Creek. Summer Creek's first time in the state championship. DeSoto has been here before. However, this Summer Creek team, they're playing a very good brand of football, and they've done so most of all year. I like the fact that all 4 of these schools are coached have a black head coach. So at 3 p.m., when North Shore and Duncanville plays, it will be the first state championship football game, whereas 2 black head coaches has been opposing each other. Then at 7 p.m., when DeSoto takes on Summer Creek, they will eclipse that record and becoming the second state championship game that had 2 black head coaches in it. So this Duncanville North Shore game, this has become a rivalry. This is indeed a rivalry. This is more of the pick'em. This is where more of the guys and the kinfolk, you're gonna get some good betting out there in the parking lot of the Jerry's World, where the Cowboys play. That's the location of the setting of the state championship game. They actually started last night with like Class 2A or something like that. They started playing the state championships on Wednesday night. Who's going to win this game? 3 p.m. Duncanville, North Shore. You guys know on the Chop Shop, there's no other show that has probably gave North Shore more pub, more support, more energy than the Chop Shop over the past 5 years. Hell, we even went to two of their games together.
Yeah.
We just walked on in there, but we would have paid to go see North Shore. And they're fun to watch. They're fans. They roll deep. They have DeSoto. I'm quite sure they roll deep. Think about this. What you have in common. Paul Miranda, how many high schools in DeSoto ISD? How many high schools in Duncanville ISD?
Not many.
I know it's only one high school in Duncanville ISD. That's Duncanville High School.
Wait a
How
minute.
many
They got their own ISD, just one school.
Yeah.
The hell of a setup.
Yeah. There's a lot of schools in DFW like that. Not many. Talking about that are powers. DeSoto, I'm waiting on Paul Miranda to ask that. How many high schools in DeSoto ISD? Well, in North Shore is part of Galena Park ISD. There are two high schools in that district, North Shore and Galena Park.
Okay. So they got
Remember,
two. Okay.
This was Galena Park ISD. Galena Park existed before North Shore existed. You see what I'm saying? So they built North Shore. Okay, there you go. Thank you. So it's one town, one school for both of the schools in DFW. So that means
everybody in that district go feed to that one school.
Ain't no parlaying of the heart. Ain't no, that's where it goes. Well, I mentioned North Shore, Galena Park. At one point in time, Galena Park was, they were a competitor. Galena Park is located, ISD is located over near the ship channel. That's right near the ship channel. Have you ever been there, the big old bridge in Houston, the ship channel, over Loop 610, it goes on over. That's where Galena Park is, over there. The high school, the original high school. The North Shore High School is along the Beltway. Remember, that wasn't the Beltway back in the days. Beltway opened probably in the late 70s, I'm guessing, around in Houston. No, that's 610 opened in the 70s. Hell, the Beltway opened after that. 610 opened in the 70s, Hal. I remember when it first opened up, my big cousin had a moped. And we used to ride the moped on 610 when they was getting ready to open it up. And we ride the moped, live right there off Pick Fair, right off 16 in Lockwood. But so my point is, Summer Creek is part of Humble ISD. Humble ISD, they have to share resources and affection with Atascocita, Kingwood. Remember, Kingwood had they run in basketball. Kingwood has been a long time powerhouse in track, especially cross country. Humble High School, Kingwood Park High School, all of those are Humble ISD, the high schools. So Summer Creek, based on the odds, being the first time there, it doesn't really look that good for them. First time now, you won your state championship. But don't get it twisted. These dudes from the east side, both of these high schools are about the same distance apart. From Summer Creek to North Shore and from DeSoto to Duncanville, all about 9 to 10 miles each apart from door to door. Most people from Summer Creek, they don't hate North Shore. Their angst goes toward Atascocita. Summer Creek don't like Atascocita. I mean, they hate Atascocita. They don't hate North Shore. They just want to kick North Shore's ass. Now, I don't know what the affection is for DeSoto and Duncanville, but I'm sure that they kind of hate each other. They're arch rivals. They had a well, just last season. I think the females, the girls basketball, I think girls got suspended. They had a brawl in that game. It's extra security whenever they play. But I'll tell you one thing that North Shore also hates. North Shore hates Duncanville. And Duncanville hates North Shore probably twice, 4 times as much. It's going down this Saturday, Adam. And I'm going to tape the TV to watch this thing because there's so much going on. And matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to take my iPad with me. If any of you guys got an iPad, take your iPad and you can mirror your phone, or you can stream it from your cable at home or whatnot. If you have cable, yeah, most of you guys got bootleg sticks, and and you might be able to watch it. But I'm reading some of the comments right now. Okay, they had a scuffle during the football game this year. Thank you, Mr. Barnes. I forgot about that one. I say Summer Creek gonna win that game. Mr. Randall says, my son attends Summer Creek. This will not be a layup for DeSoto. Summer Creek is well coached. DeSoto and Duncanville are a few streets from each other. How many miles are DeSoto and Duncanville apart? What Kevin Freightman? He's our resident. A few streets from each other. How many miles away are they? Was Duncanville from DeSoto? How many miles? Not how many minutes. How many miles away are they? Because I was under the impression that they both were within 9 to 10 miles apart from each other. Thank you, Mr. Warren. He said the Beltway opened in 1985. And, in Houston. 1985. I'm looking at some of the comments. He say, what's the scouting report on DeSoto? But DeSoto is big. But you know what, man? When you get to this point in Class 6A, everybody has some big players on their line. You didn't get to this point without no beef on that line. And everybody has some speed. You didn't get to this point without some speed. Everybody. So it means everybody. Now, who's going to rise up and perform in front of these 100-watt light bulbs? Who's going to execute? Who's going to limit turnovers? Who's going to put hands around the throat and keep them there? That's going to be the tail of it. Who's going to take every now and then you need a little luck now. You don't get it twisted. It's going to be one gamble play that's going to be a fake punt or go for it on 4th and 2, 4th and 3. Who's going to make that, going to succeed on that gamble in this game? Because that helps with the whole with the momentum. Who's going to keep the other one's defense on that field?
Who are the players? Who should we be looking for? Is anybody?
I know
outstanding? That's why I've been quiet about it, because there ain't no player that I've been hearing about that I want to talk about. I'm a players guy. I keep trying to tell y'all, I'm not a team guy. I have to have a personality I follow.
They got a running back that's committed to Tulsa. And, see what I'm saying? So, I mean, it's like, Tulsa, that's not Power 5.
So it just ain't no star players on either team?
Well, I mean, he's their star. This dude has 2,000 yards rushing this year.
Okay.
Right? And his name is Lloyd Avant.
No wonder y'all ain't talking about no players then. I got you. Because, I mean, the players, I see why. Okay, I got you.
Right? And I read what I have on him. They say he rushed for 2,068 yards and 28 touchdowns this season. He added 201 yards in receiving this right. Last week against Cibolo Steel, he had 199 yards on 30 carries and he scored 3 times. So this is their
Hold up.
horse.
So
This Creek's horse.
hold up. Allen just said Lloyd Event is the best in the state, and he going to Tulsa. He the best running back in the state, in Tulsa. Mr. Allen, that don't sound some ain't right about. Is it just we got a down?
Might be a down crop.
Huh? I mean,
Might be a down crop.
Okay,
Might be a down crop.
crop. Explain. What did he say? Colin Simmons is a top 5 player in the country for Duncanville. Okay, Colin Simmons. Summer Creek have. I just that don't sound right now. Please tell me he going to another college other than Tulsa. North Shore got Caleb Bailey. Y'all see, I tried to stay out of it, but when y'all put stuff up there, I got to comment. Devin Sanchez.
Caleb Bailey, we heard of him. That's the kid who got hurt last year. Remember, he got hurt, and then the other wide receiver came last year and filled in for that quarterback Bailey at North Shore and took him all the way to the state.
He said this guy's the number 1 cornerback in the nation in 25.
Which one? Which school?
Devin Sanchez. Somebody said for North Shore. I'm gonna put their stuff up there.
You know, I've seen him play, and they were bragging on him. But when they say number 1 in the nation,
Jimmy, help me.
By whom?
He said he's easily the best running back in the state. Then why Texas don't want him? Then why TCU don't want him? He the best. Some of y'all comments don't add up, man. I don't know, Jimmy. He the best. What did he say with Jimmy? He said hands down. Did he? What he said? Yeah, easily. He said easily. Let me put that up there. Easily.
Yeah. That kid Bailey. I heard he has a brother that plays for North Shore as well. I think and I want to say the brother. This kid from North Shore. Let me tell y'all one to watch. Number 2. They're going to use him in some specials. He probably on special teams, but they're going to use him in different slot situations. This little kid, number 2, I can't think of his name, but number 2 is he is very fast. He has a different gear of fast. Remember we used to see that little kid, a Shane from Thurgood Marshall High School. We saw him out and said, man, that dude got some different type of fast with him. This number 2 from North Shore got some different type of fast with him. If he gets in front of somebody, he's gone. They ain't catching him. Now, the Bailey kid, he's experienced. He just takes a lot of gambles to me. Whereas, that's come from being a little bit too comfortable being a 4-year starter. As they just mentioned, remember, when North Shore last won a state championship, Caleb Bailey was the starting quarterback as a 9th grader when they beat Duncanville. Remember, a 9th grader beat y'all in the state championship. Remember that? And hold on. Number 1 receiver in the country in the 2027 class. By whom? Guys, when y'all put the rankings up there,
27.
Do me a favor and put by whom, because that's like a pet peeve when everybody say, that's like if you say, just put it like this. What if we were talking basketball and John Urey has a certain kid ranked number 1, and you go to say, well, this kid ranked number 1. Now we say by whom or by John Urey. Then okay, now we see. Okay, they don't have the same medal. Let me know just for understanding purposes, if you could let us know by whom.
27. He's a freshman, ain't he?
Yeah. There you go. He say number 2 is Percy Harvin. Percy Harvin, Howler. Number 2, Percy Harvin. If I had a nephew, he would be him right there. I'm telling you, he's not the first, second, or third option in their offense. But boy, they get him the ball and he get in front of somebody. They're not going to catch this little cat. I'm telling you. It's going to be lights out. He's that kid. If he hit the three-pointer, everybody goes crazy. He gets that thing, it's first down.
Some of y'all comments ain't adding up, but I'm just putting them up there.
He meant to.
Oh, he said he didn't mean to say that. Okay. I mean, that might be his uncle something. That might be his uncle, man. That's right. Yeah, it might be.
He didn't mean to say what?
He didn't mean to say he the best running back in the state of Texas. And you say he going to Tulsa. And he talking about where he been talking
He's to committed.
He committed to Tulsa, but he said he been talking to TCU.
Well, I mean, signing.
He's still talking? He's still talking. Okay. Man, y'all funny. That's why I can't talk.
Yeah, I can't talk football. Another kid, Caden Durham from LSU is from Duncanville is going to LSU. Caden Durham, and also Duncanville has a defensive end named Colin Simmons. Colin Simmons, right? He's one of the top edge rushers in the nation, according to 24/7 Sports. See, I just done it to y'all. I give you that way. Now you can go and fact check. Go check. You know where to check if you want more info on that. Right? He's committed to University of Texas. Colin Simmons. So this defensive end, we got to North Shore. We got to watch him. We got to watch Colin. We got to contain Colin Simmons. He has 48 tackles, 21 of those for a loss, and 8 sacks on the season. We contain him. Run right by him in a minute. Keep him on that field, get him tired. Now, this wide receiver from North Shore named Christopher Barnes. Has anybody said that name?
I don't know none of these babies. I'm just.
Chris Barnes is the wide receiver at North Shore. Now, remember I said the little cat, Percy Harvin. Let me write that name down. Percy.
That's easy. There's a dude in the league named Percy Harvin. I'm always remember that. He kept having the headaches all his career. Talented guy, kept having headaches all the time.
I want to make sure I write it down. I won't forget that thing. So now, this wide receiver from North Shore, remember, he's the second option behind the running back. Well, actually, the third option, because the quarterback, Caleb Bailey, is the first option. Because he drop.
So the quarterback run a lot?
Yeah. Not a whole lot, but he run. He got a good enough frame. He can he runs with a purpose. Put it like that. Barnes has 47 receptions for 803 yards and 9 touchdowns. He averages, he's the kickoff returner. So the other little kid, number 2, must be the punt returner. He averages 39.2 yards per kick return. 22.5 punt return. With 2 of them taken back for touchdowns. He received for 1,000 yards as a junior. Against Atascocita, he had 187 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's the game I was at, of Chris Barnes. One of them was the 96-yard, 98-yard touchdown that he caught in the first half. I'm looking at so it's what they saying over there? What they saying?
Man, I don't know what they're saying.
So, hold on. Corey Willis says DeSoto by 30. Wait a minute. Wait. So is number 2 named Percy Harvin or is number 2 named C.J. Barnes? Yeah, number 2 is C.J. Chris Jr. Oh, okay. So C.J. Okay, that's my little fella. Okay, there we go. Now I get it. Thank you, Odyssey. Thank you. Now I get it because I didn't see no 2 kids with the same last name. And they were, and I remember I was at the game and little Tag Minor saying them brothers. And I'm like, well, I'm looking at the roster. I don't see the guys on the field ain't matching. They brought so here you go, Hatter. The quarterback Caleb Bailey and little number 2 is brothers. They kinfolk. They've been throwing that ball at each other, man, since the backyard.
So they ain't got the same last name.
They had the same last name.
That's possible. That's easy.
Yeah, that's possible. Yeah. Now I didn't understand it then. I just they was talking to me and that confused me. You know, I was at the game eating my peanuts and everything, and watching the game, trying to avoid, Now I get it. C.J. Barnes is number 2. There we go. So that's Christopher Barnes, who I just talked about. Yeah.
Man, Paul Miranda don't have a clue. Thank y'all, Johnny. Paul Miranda he just be typing. I hope you don't grade nobody work like that. So I didn't realize. I hope you know, Jimmy. When I got older, I used to think teachers and instructors. I used to just think they were just authority on. I just whatever they say, I believe. They probably were teaching me some dumbass shit a long time ago, Jimmy. I remember in science, man. I remember this day about a Geiger counter and a Geiger counter and what I do in the I made a rocket. What kind of rocket? I made in science fair. I was a science fair then. He said, I'm at work going back and forth. Chill out, bro. Well, quit going back and forth.
So
what's the name of my rocket, man? I made. I'm getting old, Doc.
You made a rocket?
Yeah, man. At the science fair one, Jimmy, hey, hold up. The other folks came in there with all that old newfangled stuff and had the same concept, but those people saw my ingenuity and how I built my rocket a little bit different. And I ain't gonna lie, to me, theirs look better than mine. But I won first place. They said they liked the way I took raw materials and made the rocket. They mammas and daddies went and paid all that damn money to get all that little special rock. And I ain't gonna lie, Jim, I was looking at this. I said, that's nice. He said, no. But you followed. No, Jimmy, that's what they said. You followed the proper protocol. That's why I'm going to think of this rocket in a minute, y'all. Yeah, I'm going to think of it in a minute. How do you?
Hey, now it all comes together. Now, but I was getting confused now. Thank you so much, Odyssey, for putting me on the right track now. Because I had just told you about the little kid number 2, who's the punt returner. And if he get in front of somebody, he gone. Then I'm reading about the Christopher Barnes, because I thought his name was Percy Harvin. I'm reading about Christopher Barnes. It's like he had 39.2 yards a kick turn. I said, well, hell, the other kid must do the punt returns then. Then I'm looking over, he averaged 22 yards a punt return, which is a hell of a net on a punt. Now I get it. That's the number 2, Hatter. This dude averaged 39. That's 40. 40 yards of kick return. That means Hatter, 40 yards of return. That means you at midfield. That means North Shore's if you make a touchdown and if your ass don't kick that ball through the uprights or through the end zone, North Shore will have 1st and 10 at midfield. That's what that means. That's a hell of a way. That's now on the flip side, North Shore gonna score so fast. That defense got to get back on that field, Haller.
North Shore scoring like that? But Jimmy, they got a formidable foe now. They got some people that's just as good as them.
North Shore's third quarter. They may lead the state in third quarter score.
But they never played against Duncanville.
Duncanville ain't never played against North Shore. They played against DeSoto.
Well, okay then.
And guess what? North Shore played against Summer Creek. North Shore played against Tassita twice.
And what happened?
It went overtime one time.
That's all right, but what happened? Who won? We don't care about no damn overtime. Who won?
They was losing. They was losing 14-0
Who won the
last
game,
time.
man?
North Shore prevailed. East side.
No, I said Duncanville. Duncanville is a formidable foe. We just can't sit up and act like Duncanville just some chopped liver.
So what they think?
So you saying North Shore finna run these guys out of the bill? That's what you telling me?
Understand something. Duncanville is the defending state champion.
I ain't talking about that.
North Shore want what Duncanville has.
Okay.
The year before that, the roles were reversed. North Shore wants Duncanville more than Duncanville can imagine right now. The same swagger. I'm just telling you.
So you think Duncanville don't want some of North Shore?
Duncanville wants Houston. Remember how DFW, they can get their kids cranked up about, we won't whip them. It's DFW versus Houston. Duncanville wants Houston. Anything, Houston, anything. North Shore want Duncanville. And nothing else right now. That's the thing with them. Big difference. Big difference. Their eyes are directly beamed on these dudes. And little Willie Gaston got them guys juiced up. They ain't missed a beat. Al? It's going to, I'm tempted. Hold on, Michael Johnson won't be no Hail Mary. No, it won't, because it's going to be, it won't need one. It won't need one.
I got to see what y'all talking about.
And
y'all gonna make me go to Dallas now, man, and miss all of this stuff up here. Y'all gonna make me ride up to Dallas, and I miss all of this basketball up here. Long as I got my TV, like you said, I got my TV with me because Memphis playing that day, so I got to watch them and U of H and all them. And I think TSU play this weekend. They play against TSU play in the yes. They play in the Chris Paul HBCU thing in Vegas.
Yeah, in Vegas.
Yeah, let me tell y'all about that, man. Let me see, TSU. Yeah, TSU men's hoops. This is how we're gonna do it. Yeah, I'm ready for it's the Chris Paul HBCU Challenge, men only, on the 16th on ESPNU. TSU men's hoop versus North Carolina A&T. And then right after that game, JSU, Jackson State University, gonna play against Howard, and then Howard University, and then the next day they're gonna flip. I don't have the times, but they on ESPNU. They're gonna flip it the next day, Jimmy, and play. Yeah.
And want to correct something.
What's my thoughts on the Memphis and Clemson game? Memphis gonna beat the dog crap out of Clemson. Come on, what's my thought? All that old 12th ranked stuff don't matter to me, because guess what? I went back to Jimmy. Let me tell you something. I go back and look at these people records that they got ranked. You know, like you was complaining about the U of H ranking, they put them down. Man, let me see, AP rankings. Let me see Clemson. Let me look up Clemson. Man, Clemson ain't played nobody, man. And they got them ranked 13. Clemson basketball. You can go and finish. I got to put it up. Because they were going to ask me about, don't get their head tore off. Just like they did, what's them boys up there on 290 that you like, Jim? What's them boys now? Up 290? A&M. But you done froze up over there?
No, I'm reading somebody. A couple people had some questions, and they said who's captain. We talked about the turnovers, Coach Mr. Arnett, and he's and that's going to be the obvious. That's a free space and bingo on this one right here. Whoever can limit and restrict and capitalize off of turnovers, can cause them and capitalize off of them, is going to have a huge edge in either of these two games. Um, and I'm on to correct that that the first time that North Shore played uh, Summer Creek, Atascocita, it wasn't overtime. So that wasn't an overtime win for North Shore. Actually, but Atascocita did produce the most points that North Shore has yielded all season long on both occasions. On both occasions, the most points that North Shore has given up in a game, the top two the games with the most points yielded by the defense was both against Atascocita. First game was 61-35, and in the playoffs, it was a 34-28. And that 34-28 game, trust me, guys, that game was not as close as the final score. It was 34-14 in the fourth quarter. And, Tassita made a gallant comeback, but it wasn't like they scored to make that a 6-point more. It wasn't like that. Um, I'm looking at North Shore.
Corey Willis seemed to be very sure of himself. He said Dallas gonna sweep these dudes. Man, I'm going with
tell you
Houston.
what, Corey,
I'm going with Houston.
Corey Willis. Tell you what we're gonna do. I'll tell you just what we're gonna do for you. We're gonna open up the phone line for you. We got about 10 minutes. And we're gonna get you 832-264-1500. 832-264. Let me see. 264-1500. I promise you. There you go, right there. I just put it on the Facebook page. 832-264-1500. And I'm going to put it on the YouTube page right now as well. Now, everybody, you call in, keep your takes to about 30 seconds. That way we can get a lot of people in. If you want to call in and tell and make your take and your prediction about either of these games, North Shore versus Duncanville, Summer Creek versus DeSoto. Let's have at it, and we'll go at it right now. I open up those lines for you guys, and that's the hotline for some of you. And it's the perfect time. You're at work, go on, take your restroom break, take it down the hallway, and show your support for your squad. Here we go right now. First up, let me see. Hold on. Let's get you mic'd up. Hold on 1 second. Let's get you mic'd. Let's get you on board. Get you on board. Just be patient with me now. And we got you. Welcome to the Chop Shop. Who's calling and where are you from?
It's Corey Willis, man. Dallas, Texas, in the house.
How you doing, Mr. Willis? It appears to me that you have been misled into believing that Dallas is going to sweep this weekend. Is that what you said?
Yes, sir. Didn't you see the results last season?
Sometimes your social media page might have got hacked. I need you to say that. I need to hear you say what your prediction is going to be this weekend. Let me write this down. Corey Willis. Come on.
Well, they start the 11 o'clock game, South Oak Cliff for the 3-P against PNG out of the 409.
Okay.
That's going to be a rematch from last season.
Okay. What you got?
Then the second game.
No. What's your prediction?
Oh, the prediction, soccer.
Let's go.
Let's see, it was 34-24 last year. Soccer a little bit stronger. Let's go. I'm going to say 35 to 20. South Oak Cliff.
35-20. Okay. Second game. And that's North Shore.
That's Duncanville.
Okay.
Caden Durham probably. Let's go. He's gonna go for about 220 on the ground. MVP to Corian Moore, the number one receiver in the class of 2025.
By whom?
In the nation.
By whom?
I have to look that up, but you can look it up right quick.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna let you just tell the viewers anything and pass it on. That's why I gotta fact check you. So by whom?
It's a fact, the Corian Moore, LSU commit.
Okay, the Corian Moore. We're gonna get somebody to look him up in a minute. And so, what's the prediction on that score? If we get ready to get up out, what? Give me your predictions real quick.
Oh, Duncanville. Let's go with 41-20, Duncanville.
DeSoto and Summer Creek. What's your prediction?
Oh, that's gonna be DeSoto in the house. And DeSoto, they high scoring. I'm gonna say 45-18, 45-17, DeSoto.
45-17. Thanks a bunch, Mr. Willis. I wrote them down.
Right.
We're gonna see how wrong you're gonna be on Monday.
Right.
Don't hide from us on Monday now.
Oh no.
Okay.
I'll be here, man.
All right.
All right.
The phone lines are back open right now. Of course, you guys, there's a slight delay, so that means they are open indeed, and you guys can call on in and express your thoughts. We got the phone lines open, and we tell them who you are and what city you're calling from.
Hey, Jim.
Yes.
This Odyssey, man, Dagwood.
What's going on, Odyssey? What's your prediction? Give us your prediction.
I'm calling from the show, DASHOW, the show, baby. You know that? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, nah. First of all, we need to get these Dallas dudes off the air selling dreams. Don't let them call in no more until next month. That's what you do. Second, I'm going with the sweep. North Shore, Summer Creek, and I'm going with PNG. PNG got some revenge from last year. They lost. They ain't finna win no 3 in a row. Southport Cliff ain't finna win no 3 in a row.
Okay, give us your prediction.
Mm-hmm. You want the scores?
Yeah, give me your prediction. Your score.
All right. North Shore, 38. Duncanville, 27.
Okay.
PNG,
what score?
Summer Creek. Oh, PNG?
Yeah.
PNG over Southport Cliff. I'm say 24-20.
Okay.
They're gonna be close.
And the Summer Creek and DeSoto.
Now we got North Shore. We got our neighbors right down the Beltway. Then I'm going with Summer Creek. I'm going with Summer Creek. 31-20. That's what I'm going.
31-20.
So Summer Creek got a good defense, man. They got the dude, the linebacker that transferred from New Orleans. I forget his name.
Yeah.
But he be doing his thing. You know, he's kind of underrated. He be a good linebacker. Then he going to LSU. I just got to get his name. He going to LSU. He's a linebacker for New Orleans.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's my prediction.
Now, what's the cornerback name from North Shore again?
Devin Sanchez, number 6.
Devin Sanchez.
He's like one of the best cornerbacks in the nation. And he said he'll tell you too. He will tell you.
Okay, there we go. Then we gonna Devin Sanchez. I got that name.
Yeah.
I got a Devin Sanchez. I appreciate it. Thanks a bunch.
All right, you should get some more callers in so we see what they say. Get another call in so you get another Dallas call in.
Hey, I'm taking names. Let's go. All right. Of course, guys, call in. Of course, the phone lines are open, and you can get the number right on the screen. It's 832-264-1500. 832-264-1500. Call on in the Chop Shop. High school playoffs. Who you rocking with? Port Nature's Grove, South Oak Cliff, North Shore, Duncanville, DeSoto, or Summer Creek. These are the 3 championships of the highest classifications, which will take place on Saturday. Let us know who you're rocking with. The phone lines are open. You guys can call on in and support your program and tell us one player, if you know, to watch. Drop a name so we can be able to identify some of these kids and pay attention for those who are going to watch it on Saturday morning, afternoon, or evening. So Jalen Warren says that Devin Sanchez is a possible for Ohio State. They have offered. So Devin Sanchez is the cornerback for North Shore. Now, the young man from Moore, the wide receiver, where is he? Is he at DeSoto or Duncanville? Moore. You guys, I heard the PNG fans roll deep. I mean, understand. PNG, Port Neches is another situation, another scenario where the town is shutting down. That's like a DeSoto, like a Duncanville. The whole town is rallying behind these kids. Everybody has either a relative or a neighbor that's probably in the Port Neches Groves football program or a coach. And it is what it is. So I'm looking right now, checking you guys out. We got about 5 minutes left. If you want to get in and get your take in, we're taking notes. Call in, give us your predictions, give us your scores, and then that way you come to the front of the congregation on Monday. That's for sure. Meanwhile, here we go. Welcome to the Chop Shop. Who's calling and what city you calling from?
This is Doug Jones from the land of the Trip,
Hold on,
aka
Doug. Let's get you right. We gotta get you in surround sound. Let's see. Doug say. We gotta get you in surround sound, Doug. There you go. Now talk to me. That's Doug Jones on the phone, guys. Doug, we can hear you now.
Yeah, what's going on?
Doug, what's going down? Who give us your predictions first of all? Who you rocking with?
All right, at 5A Division 2, my heart says PNG because that's one of the area I'm from. But my mind and my football acumen says South Oak Cliff. I think they just have too much speed and talent. So I'm looking at about a 10-point game, probably almost like last year, 34-24 South Oak Cliff.
So
And that one
34-24. Give us next game. Duncanville North Shore. Who you rocking with?
Duncanville North Shore. I'm gonna roll with North Shore 34-31.
All right. DeSoto and Summer Creek.
I'm going with the upset. I'm going Summer Creek 28-24.
Man, you're a homer.
No, you ain't.
Hey, man, you gotta think about it, though.
No.
The head coach from Summer Creek is from Port Arthur. So
I said you're a homer.
No, Hatter. He just went against Port Neches. He just went against Port Neches.
He just said they got more because he know them people better. But he homer on these other two. That's what I'm talking about.
But
I
he
noticed
just
how
said
he
he
said
knew.
no, but he ain't go my mind telling me no, but my body.
Yeah, he also insinuated that DeSoto was better than Summer Creek, but he said I'm going with the upset. He didn't go with the upset. Why you didn't say you going with the upset PMG? Why you didn't go with the upset PMG?
He know it.
Nah, because I know South Oak Cliff is
Jimmy.
Like
I saw
the
PNG.
only time PNG played another team with this type of athleticism was the first game of the year against Port Arthur Memorial, and that's their only loss of the season. So
I like the PNG crowd, Jimmy. They was off the
they rolled deep.
At the other night at the Cypress tournament. I said, wow. They impressed me.
They setting the city. They setting the city down about 6 o'clock tomorrow. About 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's of course it's going down again this weekend, guys. The state championships, and it's starting off at 11 a.m. on Saturday. Port Neches Grove and South Oak Cliff, 11 a.m. and then that will be followed at 3 p.m. North Shore, Duncanville, and the nightcap at 7 p.m. is Summer Creek and DeSoto. Doug, do you think that what's your take on the football state championships having been held solely in DFW for the past few years? And does that give the DFW teams an advantage?
It definitely gives them an advantage, but I can also see why. It gives them an advantage based on they can sleep in their own beds, but if you think about it, like if it's held in Houston, let's say you have a team from West Texas, that's like a day trip covering Houston. Dallas is actually centrally located between everybody because it's like a 4-hour drive for pretty much everybody that's outside of the DFW. So I can see why, and it's a financial thing too. Like the year it was held in Houston, the crowds wasn't as big as it was in Dallas. So I've been able to go to a few of them. So the difference is major when it comes to the crowd.
Oh, so the crowds don't come to Houston? They don't. What the hell's going on?
It was it was the last time it was in Houston. It wasn't
It was like
COVID. It was something that it was something that kind of that matchups, the teams that made it from Houston. It was a funky matchup.
now you
And
had North Shore made it. They played against Austin Westlake. That's when the kid flipped off the camera. Remember, he shot the finger at the camera after the game.
yeah.
And then Katie played against Lake Travis. So you didn't have a Dallas-based team in the state championship. So that probably was the difference. You had two Austin area teams, Austin Westlake and Lake Travis.
And I'm looking at some of the comments, and of course now this event, there's many people that are trying to push for them to rotate the state tournament, the UIL meaning to rotate it from in 2-year intervals from Houston, Dallas, San Antonio, and because San Antonio is actually more centralized, I would think, than DFW, because if a team from the Valley ever made it, then that's just like coming from West Texas. That's a nice trek. But if that would make more sense for the UIL by rolling it in 2-year intervals. And it's going here's what happens. Well, here's what has to happen for it to do. It can and will get moved or get modified. It meaning the host of the state championships. Yeah. But what first must happen is for DFW to keep winning. If DFW keep winning, right? They won last year, they win this year, and they win one more year. Remember, I tell you, 3 of anything make a person call a timeout or make you make a change. 3 of anything in a row. If a person hit 3 3-pointers in a row, the coach gonna call timeout or take somebody out the game or sub somebody out. 3 anything in a row makes change. So that's what has to happen. They have to keep winning. If they keep winning, then the rest of Texas will get what they want. I guarantee you that the athletic directors and the powers that be will go and they will galvanize together against it, and they will say, "Listen, here's the deal. I understand the money that's made now in Jerry's world, the revenues that's generated is off the charts, is unmatched." Because a lot of people are going there for the first time. And a lot of people couldn't afford to go to a Cowboys game. But so we'll see how this goes on that. Give us a quick tip, basketball, Doug. What's going on around the basketball area? What's any new? Give us some breaking news.
Man, you got a big matchup tomorrow night. Atascocita Beaumont United start off district play. That should be really, really good. I'm looking for district plays right around the corner. A lot of teams are starting either tomorrow or Tuesday night. So these are the games that matter. Like, it was cool with the tournaments and everything, but now you get down to the nitty gritty. So yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I was just calling in to give my high school football expertise, man.
Doug,
Yeah.
what are you doing with the senior? Are you talking to any of the players or anybody ever said something? What's do they know, especially the seniors? They ain't got but 60 days left in high school, and I just want them. I gave them a message at the beginning of the show. You can splice it and send it to them. I said you got 60 more days left in your high school career. So cherish the bus ride, cherish the locker room, cherish everything you can about this, because it's going to, for a lot of them, it's going to be over. It's going to be over.
Yeah, I've spoken to. I always speak to a couple of kids that like I have a open communication with, and I let them know like this high school stuff ain't gonna last forever. In the blink of an eye, it's gonna be the last Tuesday of your basketball season, and then you got some decisions to be made. So, like you said, they got to cherish every moment with not only the bus rides, the relationships, but also leave it all on the floor, because this might be the last time you ever play organized basketball. So,
yeah,
I definitely relay that message.
Thank you, sir.
That's it, man. Appreciate it. Of course, that's Doug Jones, guys. Appreciate it, Doug.
Appreciate y'all.
All right, and of course that's Doug Jones, and we shut down the phone lines. Get ready to land the
out of
plane.
here.
Want to give you give you guys more understanding on something that I said. That way, you guys, when we mentioned about sleeping in their own beds, that primarily goes here. It goes. Understand? The kids, the teams all stay in a hotel. However, they go into that hotel generally on Thursday, right? To play on Saturday. North Shore, they have to pack. They have to prepare to travel.
It's
the
different.
Parents got to sleep, of DFW teams get to sleep in their own bed. That means the economics are different. A parent from North Shore, right, have to prepare to travel from every other city. I'm not just saying any single best North Shore. Every other city named DFW have to prepare to travel there. The DFW teams don't. That's an extreme economic advantage. That's what it is. And even if you're sleeping, even if you live in that city and you're sleeping in a hotel, it's just psychologically, you're sleeping you're looking out the window. That's your city. That's your town. That's your air you're smelling. It's a difference. It is an advantage. I'm not using it as an excuse, because North Shore kicked that ass twice already up there sleeping, and while y'all sleeping in your own beds. But I'm letting you know it is an advantage.
It's something that people won't be fighting for. Home court always means something. So, but we'll see y'all this week. We'll see you on Monday, Paul, and we'll work it out, Cletus. It's all right. And he told me, I'm gonna make sure you have your say, Paul. But now don't do the Chris Walker. When you get your ass whooped, you run off now.
Yeah,
don't do that.
They don't realize the dude. I'm tripping. The caller Corey Willis says that DeSoto is much better. Yeah, I mean not DeSoto. South Oak Cliff is much better. You don't think these two teams played each other last year in the championship? Huh? You don't think Port Neches Grove much better? DeSoto won.
Yeah.
You don't think PNG is much better?
I don't. Hey, we'll see. Guess what's gonna happen? We will see on Saturday. I mean, we did all the talking. You did all the hype. What's my man? Hold on. I got something for y'all before I get out of here. What's my man? What's my man name? Hey. This is what the Houston people are telling you Dallas people today. This from Houston to Dallas. Hold on. Let me make sure it gets on.
But you could call me the can man, because anybody can get it. Africans, Americans, Dominicans. Listen, man. They call me the problem, but you could call me the can man, because anybody can get it. Africans, Americans, Dominicans, Mexicans, anybody can get it.
Thanks.
Listen, man. They call me the problem.
Oh, Dallas cans and South Oak Cliff cans and Jimmy Duncanville cans and DeSoto cans. Anybody can get it. You understand me? She want me to play it louder. Hold up. We'll say it again. One more time for Sonya Bennett. Hold up.
Call me the
Let me
problem,
turn it up.
but you could call me the can man, because anybody can get it. Africans, Americans, Dominicans, Mexicans, anybody can get it.
Thanks.
Listen, man, they call me the problem, but you could call me the can man, because anybody can get it. Africans, Americans, Dominicans, Mexicans, anybody can get it.
Thanks.
Listen.
That was genius of him coming up with that, Jimmy. That was genius right there. He always getting his ass whooped, but that was genius what he came up with, man. I like that. But y'all, we out of here today, man. I will see y'all later. We'll see y'all on Monday. I got to get out of here. This traffic is waiting on me.
We're out of here, man. Peace.
All right.
Chop Shop.
Right.
Jim Hicks. Rob Hatter. You are now tuned in to the Chop Shop. I'm Retro. Let's get it. We in the Chop Shop. We live in the Chop Shop. We talking sports talk. We live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. I'm talking sports talk. So turn your dials up. It's live in the Chop Shop. We in the Chop Shop. We live.